Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
You kind of favor that first round of grubs on.
I gotta say, I think that the 6 fight
he's-
could be scary for NIP, as Doinbees doesn't have 6 yet. Both junglers come to cover mid.
Oh,
Tarzan wins out on that skirmish, yeah. Kyle's here, that's gonna be a difference maker. Doinbee doesn't have 6, but Kyle.
Yeah, he went forward, and now Doinbee's gonna be the weak link, trying to get a first blood, goes the way of Tarzan, and now the stun set as the 3-man crash down onto PP from PP God into the Shattering Strike, gonna land onto all 3. PP God becomes the savior, the blocker of what could have been even worse for NIP.
I mean, nice timer here for anyone's legend, but that looked kind of ugly from Doinbee.
Oh no, the flash play, and Tarzan goes for it, and the man, the new...
As Grubs is not usable and abusable by either of our teams here. I think it's going to be really about the 5v5s and the fights that we have. It's not like you're going to have a dedicated split pusher among these two solo lanes. It's a little bit more useful maybe for any... I think that the ways they have to execute are just too many for NIP to deal with. And that's why, in the end, I'm going to favor the AL comp.
Ooh, Shank's going for the 1v1 there. Doinbee gonna miss the abduct. Not gonna be able to follow through any further. That is the grass, by the way, from Doinbee. I just realized it. Hilarious. Gonna go with that full tank style with the Roa stacking up for both of the mid laners.
It's the right build for Doinbee for sure, because he can't get big enough, or Silas can't one-shot. Of course, Silas going the bruiser build this game is Kyle. Caught out.
That's a big flash. Oh, Tarzan! Okay, that was I don't think he wanted that blast code, as he's gonna flash back over the wall. Now Flandre's in a lot of trouble. Flash is coming out, desperation reeking of it by AL. Equalizer? As the Magnet Sword coming in. Flandre can't move. Equalizer popped, and Aki comes away with his kill. NIP finally on the board.
That Equalizer was really late, as Flandre got CC'd and tied up in the back half. That Equalizer wasn't able to come down and do significant enough damage. I know that if he burns it, there's a cast time, and that might have been the window for Sion to punish with the Q. I just think he needed to use it to get out. Wanted to save it for a potential Dragon fight, and honestly, Dragon fight in the back half possible.
PP God with a really nice engage. Magnet Storm by 4 on the Shanks here. Shanji gonna go down. He is the sacrificial lamb, as now Kyle looking for an angle. He doesn't have anything but the Grand Starfall. Tarzan gets the immediate cleanse out of Leave. Leave's not gonna go down just yet. Aki's still there. Bullet time out. The big spear from Tarzan will get him a killing spree, and now Hope has stepped up to the plate and knocked it out of the park. AL from the break of losing this early game, pull it right back.
I mean, the first play, the pick on the Flandre, it was positive for NIP, but I called it out, right? We were looking at Flandre's gray screen timer and that teleport. NIP, they tried to use their 5 grubs to take some more plates, but ended up being an overextension that re-engaged by Shanks, the Magnet Storm, and the Dragon.
The spear through the heart of Leave. Love this pickup of the Pantheon into the Neferi of Aki. We said it was a gauntlet drop by Aki, and right now Tarzan has picked that up and smacked him around with it. Now another engage on the Flandre, but Tarzan is here, gonna focus on the Leave, and now Leave is already gone. Tarzan looking for even more, but he's in a 1v4. Double knockups coming through. Kyle's there, but now Shanks coming to clean house, and Hope looking for an angle as well. They find everything here. Shanji's about to go low, but Shanks is wheeling and dealing through all of this. The resets coming in plenty. And Doinbee getting his own power turned against him. Shanks gonna try to run him down. Still looking for it here. Wants to put the mark on this one. And it's almost a full and total one, as they are able to get Doinbee here, maybe. Kyle gonna take it. Shanks looking for the final touches and gets it. Shanks putting the mark on Doinbee and coming out big man.
Oh, the quick fight from NIP again. Play further away from these ults where we're really seeing the pressure that Leaf has. I mean, again, that was a fight where NIP were way too far up, and taking that fight with an AD with no summoner spells, I know that Leaf looks silly being caught out like that, but that's not the setup that Leaf wants. And now the setup coming on to Leaf. As he sneaks out.
They can turn, they can go on to Tarzan. Tarzan a little bit scared, although Kyle's the one that secures the bullet time. At least that secures the Rift Herald. The bullet time gonna get 2 there as NIP trying to fight their way through. Doinbee now getting his own resets. Shanks looking for his angle as Tarzan is about to have his abilities come back up. Hope still has killer instinct. This is setting up for an AL turn. Shanks gonna go down low here as he goes into the Rift Herald. He's still alive. Shanks just makes the play of the game, I feel like, as he escapes. He's leaving Hope by himself, and Shanks is out of there, baby. 0-7.
What a take from Shanks. That could have been a bit of a disaster there if he ends up going down for anyone's legend.
No way.
But, AL, a bit of a mistake in that fight. They overcommitted through the choke, and Lee was actually able to get that big bullet time off with the combo from PP.
Shanks on the side lane, not answered to as NIP, putting full body pressure into the mid lane outer turret. They have been very together in a lot of these play calls. They'll try to slink back a little bit at a gold advantage, but more importantly, it's the dragon time now for them.
I mean, it's a Scion draft, right? So him dropping waves to join the team, not all bad. But yeah, no equalizer used there to kill the wave. They want to save it for potential flight. But good control here for NIP. They're on the objective. AL doesn't know.
No vision here, but Aki has pulled off. Grand Starfall into the pit as the AL have taken the place of NIP. Although they're losing a lot of their health. Big equalizer into the pit, big bullet time right back, but it's going to be stopped immediately. AL feeling a little bit hesitant as Doinby goes forward, misses the charm. Dragon is reset now. AL feel like they can pull away okay from this fight. The blue buff will go the way of NIP.
Yeah, big health bar win actually for NIP as Kyle has to take the reset, and that's going to be enough for them to drop the dragon. So no soul point secured. Good pick up there as the Infernal. Pretty nice. Will be a little bit favorable for AL. Their comp's going to build a little bit more damage overall, but still good for NIP. This dragon always feels good to pick up. And a nice skirmish there as some good angles were presented against NIP by AL. Again, want to find angles around the Scion team, but they were to kind of stay grouped and linked with the Scion and retreated together in what was a decent fight for them. They still kind of kept their lines to... I know the bullet time didn't find a lot of damage, but they were able to keep their lines and make sure that MF wasn't taken out right away. I thought it was a decently well-played fight from both teams. As like Fondre had a big equalizer off, it forced NIP back, but they did a nice job of retreating and again holding the line, winning out on the health bar wars and taking that dragon. I think it's really important that Hope did get access to that Rage Blade. Will help a lot. If he does find himself autoing the Scion, of course, not exactly who you want to be on. His goal is to try and get around the Scion, and that's why it's so important that NIP keeps that formation sound. It's on the top side and is spawning about like 50 seconds from now. As NIP's up now, but of course, they're not going to go for it. Tarzan spotted.
50-50. Tarzan's in the pit there with them. Shanji going to try to body block. Big equalizer there, and it still will be secured by Aki. So they get the dragon. Aki going to go untargetable. Unstoppable onslaught used to get away. Flandre now looking for an angle. Shanks going to steal away the Spirit Rush. Going to force Doinby to use his. Looking for a charm play. Going to dash back away.
And start if they go for it now as they fix up their waves and get them in a good state.
And you can see NIP were pretty worried about it, just in case. Flandre, though, he's going to walk straight in. He's going to have to immediately flash, but the rest of the team is coming right behind him. The slowdown. Flandre just going to try to turn back to try to get a kill, but is not going to find anything. And now, off the back of that, and that mistake from Flandre, NIP are going to start up the Atacon.
Pretty egregious wave to hit as Flandre with his team being on the top side of the map and NIP being spotted exiting mid down.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? I think I hear it. I think there's a Pantheon coming. I think there's a steal maybe on the inbound. As they're in the pit. Big bullet time, but Leave has to stop it as now PP got blasted away, and he gets it! Tarzan, the king of the jungle! And Hope coming in flying with the wings so high! Anyone's legend! Just the Hope of NIP with one fell swoop!
Oh man, NIP, I mean, they pick up that objective. Maybe they can get back in the game. Maybe the fight would have been a complete disaster, but a complete disaster it is. It is the steal from Tarzan, the capitalization off of anyone's legend as they wipe the fight.
What a steal from Tarzan. Even if Flandre is trying to hold them back, they had Shanks and Hope both performed. Tarzan has been a consistent, even in that last series, whatever, he had a bad one. He has always been, I feel like, the most consistent part of the team. But Shanks and Hope finally realizing that potential once again. Get that Hope all riled up for anyone's legend here as they move forward and try to match out to TAES as Shanks finds the pickoff with Hope in the side lane. As trying to stop Shanji from clearing the wave here. It is going to be about a 7,000 gold lead that NIP are trying to climb back from.
Yeah, and again, the scaling for anyone's legend, we really prefer it. The Kaisa can somewhat deal with the Scion. And again, the pressure that they're able to put down on Misfortune. It didn't really matter how fed Leaf got in the game. You can see how tough it is for MF to operate in the back half if AL is able to create any sort of angles. And NIP just refusing to fight them at the moment, as they're giving up everything. That's just an inhibitor falling for free. As Shanji up in 10, that might be what they're waiting for to look. He's
Kyle's really tanky. I don't even think they're going to try to put some damage into him, but
not bad.
it does get him down to half health. They do
Otacon
still have the
reses, so
Atacon
they're
GA.
gonna
It's about to fall. 3 seconds. So now the deaths are real for anyone's legend.
Shanks.
As Tarzan's going to fall. It's right when the Atacon was going off. No, it's going to be the real GA from Tarzan, actually. And now he's popped, but he's going to pop again. And now Doonby getting some resets here. AL overextending. Hope going to try to outplay Aki, but he's about to go down too. And those teeth, they sink deep in IP with the defense of the base. Again,
That is
for
significant.
sure. We'll see, and it looks like it's just going to go the way of NIP, so they will be able to lick their wounds a little bit and pick this one up. 3 Infernal Dragons in a row, and Soul Point to NIP.
Like, what a gift. Again, anyone's legend, it feels like.
4th item sparks for at least a majority of people. But it's also Dragon coming up in 25 seconds, and it's PP God getting engaged on first. Shanks, look at this angle. The pincer maneuver. The trap is being closed on NIP, and they were unsuspecting. Trying to go back onto Kyle. The resets from Doonby, but it's not enough. Shanks has found the back line. Shanks goes golden. Fondre goes for the flash play. They found them, but is it going to be enough? Aki trying to go in, trying to go down, and he is out. Shanji, you might be the biggest tank of them all, but we've all seen Attack on Titan. They go straight for the nape of the neck, and AL are looking to blast away with this game 1. There's nobody in the chair.
We're sprinting. We're getting further to quicker to the bathroom than APA is here at NA.
There's
They're already
ghosts.
leaving the chairs. This game's wrapped up for AL. Good team fight. Hope is able to get in on the back half, and again, Leave. So many threats that Leave has to deal with. Was never even able to get a bullet time off in that fight, Mazel. As he goes down, and NIP going to go down in this game 1.
Got supernatural victory going over here for AL. They don't even need to be in their chairs, even though you see them at the bottom. I don't know what that last picture was, but AL know exactly what time it is, and it's time for redemption after that JDG series.
It doesn't feel great. So they're going to be either engaging or setting up for Aki's Livia. But I just feel like with the Xin, the Azir.
Advantage over Aki. Been trying to keep up a little bit. And looks like these first grubs will just go the way of AL. No contest, but Leave coming over by himself. Maybe the wrap around. This is a heck of a flank from an AD carry as they're looking for it. Doonby has level 6, goes for the Dragon Rage kick. Emperor's Divide in, though, and they have retargeted. AL are centering around NIP. They do get Shanks, though, in the end, and Leave has been untouched. There's the concussive blows coming in. Tarzan looking for the counterbounds, as now they do find damage with Hope.
Be forced back, forced to use that TP, and forced to drop a plate over to Shanks.
And that Dragon going down to AL's side as well. That'll be full neutral objective control.
Yeah, I do think that we might see Shanks go for a little bit of like that, you know, tankier off-tank build. We'll see if it's the Nashor's first or not. I can't see. This is featuring Leave. Aaron our lower third is... again, we'll see what Leave can do. I think Leave is set up for okay this game. Shanji, though, is falling behind the Fondre.
Public Execution coming out, the all-in, but the needlework is still available. He's going to hit the slow, gets over to the enemy, and that will end up meaning that Flandre has to back away. The Grubs did go holistically the way of NIP. Oh, I thought the rocket was going to be enough. TP's coming in. Keeper's Verdict used, so separating the fight, and now Doonby's by himself. That bomb Cinders, is it going to be enough health for you? And Cubby, you might go ahead and just crash.
Defensive ball thrown out by Aki as him and PP God rotate up to dissuade anyone's legend from going for a dive against this Ambessa that has fallen a little bit behind in the game thanks to some of the folks we've had.
They don't see each other, but now the all-in. Hope maybe losing this out. Goes in with the Gatling gun. One more auto. The barrier. Is it enough? Leave. Gonna go down. One more auto. He flashes away. Flandre looking for the angle. Does not have it. Leave slinking away by the skin of his teeth.
Actually gonna try and pick up the wave too, which is, I think, the crazier part, but of course everyone's spotted here for anyone's legend. Shanks put Shanji under the turret.
He's in trouble. He doesn't have flash, doesn't have anything. Tarzan's up here. And
Flandre are going to be really set up for success in this game.
And we do have first items coming across for multiple members. Do we feel like that changes anything in the map state going on right now? As Flandre and Shanji going at it. I think Flandre has much going for him as Shanji going for the 1v1. The flash comes out. Panic across Flandre's face as he goes down in the solo bolo to Shanji.
All right.
This Hollow Radiance. I know I don't want to maybe make you crash out. No, the Hollow Radiance not enough. Nope,
not good. Yep. Just don't worry about it. It's fine.
All right.
Onivia just going to try and be big and be utility.
Well, that'll be second dragon going the way of AL, so they'll
too.
be getting their stacking conditions going for them. And it does feel like they're...
Poppy is very positive in the Zeri, as Poppy does get value this game, but I could really see a world where if Leave goes untouched, he can actually do a lot of work in this game. So we're going to see Leave really nice skate by to avoid the Emperor's Divide from Shanks.
Oh, the slowdown there. They're going to follow him. That gets in front of him for the public execution. The lockdown's not enough, and now Shanji going to turn it around on him. Crescent Guard coming through as the concussive blows won't be proc. PP God now in a little bit of trouble himself as Flandre took down the turret to join his teammates. Shanks is in the jungle waiting to collapse as Leave about to get caught out. PP God goes for a flash Glacial Fissure and just skewered himself on those kebabs that you smelled in his door, as that is all she wrote for NIP's bot lane hopes.
And Doinby gets the top outer turret and a Rift Herald goes over, but PP God misexecutes the re-engage on the low health bar as Kyle takes the freebie, throws him into the wall, and makes sure that anyone's legend just pick up the bot outer turret. Just concerned about, like, Azir and Gwen should be really able to shred health stacking.
Yeah,
stacking up the MR, right?
I think the part that everybody's going to look back to at the beginning of all this happened in the draft, and it was the first pick for AL and the fact that NIP gave over Gwen. I think that's going to be a massive factor in this one, because not only is Flandre getting massively ahead, Gwen only gets better as time goes on, and I don't see NIP having ways to deal with Gwen at this point. And now they're about to commit their life. You can't get away from a Poppy like that, but the lightning crashed back in. Really good space buying by NIP. Leave gonna get saved by the shield. Emperor's Divide coming in. Look at Flandre on the flank. Gonna go with the big needlework across the back line. He's looking for angles onto Aki, but AL were pushed away by the rest of NIP. They will look to get out with everything still intact, but they do lose a lot of pressure. Good use of disengage tools.
Yeah, that was a good kick from Doinby. Again, never question the skill of Doinby's Lee Sin, just question the fact of what it's doing mid and what are those items doing in his inventory. But I guess that's just Doinby.
It's always just trying to figure out what approach he's taking, because there's always a plan. And now the plan is to gank onto Kyle. They do end up taking down the flash out, but the lilting lullaby isn't going to be enough to get him down. BP God's gone. They've lost their bot lane, and Shanji's now trying to run away. Doinby is still in the thick of things. Going to get a big Dragon Rage quick into the public execution, but my screen, it's got a little bit golden, and now it's going to be AL after everything is said and done. A full and total clean ace. And if that ain't the situation NIP is in, I don't know what is a better definition. Absolute destruction for AL.
I don't know if PP God didn't have ult up or wasn't able to get it off, but again, we teased. Leave lost both his summoner spells in that last skirmish, and he was the one that died immediately.
Extending, being too late to revolve around their plays and resolve around them. And then in this one, we talked at the beginning of the day, Leave has sunken in his stocks. He is not the carry that is just single-handedly bringing NIP to victories anymore, and it came down to a lot of his positioning in team fights. And that one, that's an exact example of it. Be able to maybe buy time after the lilting lullaby comes through. We actually see AL now force positioning around this dragon pit, and here it goes.
Tarzan just going to take a winning trade on the PP God, but actually does eat a winner's fight. Actually doesn't eat the winner's fight proc. Meanwhile, Aki. Aki is the one person that cannot be caught out.
Shanji going in. Okay, this is chaotic as hell.
Yeah, this is
Hope
bad
going for the angle as well. NIP starting to run around a little bit desperate here. Do hit an Ultra Shock Laser onto Tarzan, but that's going to be the Dragon started up, and that is Soul Point already secured by AL. Looking for Soul, and NIP want to stop this. Is the scaling enough? Can they get in the pit? TP coming in. They've got Aki around the corner. Aki trying to make it, but he can't do it in time. Now the Hex Soul is at the backs of AL, and it's just going to empower them like an electrified laser. And Shank's looking for it. It goes with the posterization of Doinby as AL.
And Aki, your point, Lily, you can't lose half your health before you started the one-man sleep in the death combo as, again, kind of a bummer of an end to what has been a bummer of a series for NIP.
Had that big face-off against a budding new rivalry between top esports and AL, and they're looking to continue that.
At this point, though, I'm more interested in the NIP perspective, because we pitched going into the series. Not me. I like Ability Haste Zed a lot, and I think this is a decent scenario for Ability Haste Zed. That's all I'm going to say.
Would have been nice, but that is not the case. In AL, now looking to put the final screws here into it. And Tarzan with the utility Crescent Guard is going to kick things off with a shebang as Aki going golden. Can't even sing no sweet lullabies as he will be swooped to sleep. And Shanks with the Emperor's Divide to make it yet another ace, another clean one, and an easy 2-0 sweep.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Do you think that Grubs 1 should be contested?
I think Grubs 1, some different factors here and what might be strong.
Oh, Erha! Dude, he just doesn't stop finding the hooks. The flash, the play, TN is going to help combine with... Nice little trade there, but something Weibo will be very happy about. Some of their siege potential as well, but we'll see what that second spawn of Grubs is going to pan out to be as the dragon does go down at the same time. Something maybe up.
Oh, for
sure. Has been gone for a little while now.
Oh, they're bringing
going to come up. They're bringing even more. They realize he's here, but the flash play, the shattering strike from Mako, going to flash out from Xiaohu. That's the expectation. Now Dede going in, looking for the reset. Seismic shove does not matter. The resets go in, and the Hounds are let loose. Rookie looking for an angle with the depth charge as well, but IG will strike true in topside.
They could threaten a dive here, as Rookie did take that depth charge away. Again, IG stronger early. They brought the numbers.
They're doing it.
Erha stuck around.
You might have had some great positions. You might have had some great engages, but that will be an early player already positioned around this Grub spawn as Did starting it up.
I will say the Shojin.
Gala. No, Gala walking forward, blind face checking the bush. Gonna have to burn his flash. Erha will not hit the dredge line. Mako in trouble. He died to the Grubs.
Gala.
Oh my God. Gala just fell off the wagon and nobody even looked back to see if he was
That is an MSI champion right there, you know?
That is... Oh my God. Anyways, now we got Xiaohu with the play with Erha in mid lane as well. That's going to be the heroic entrance. Not enough heroically there as Erha gets the kill. It'll be a trade back though.
And now we'll see if Breathe, who has a wave in and has TP advantage, wants to actually contest the Dragon. Because Weibo could have numbers if they want it.
Oh yeah, they're going to bring it. Grand Starfall still available. Smite fight here would be IG's second Dragon. Depth charge going to be stolen. Seismic shove going a little bit wide. 50-50. Tien gets that all day. Tien in trouble now. Magnet Storm going in. Erha with that counter engage. They've already lost Tien though. You lose all that tankiness once the shield goes down. Big Seismic shove. Chains of Corruption goes in. Tien going low. Light finds the pick onto him as now he might get chased down by Rookie. Going with the flash play and Rookie being flashy himself.
I don't think this should be fought by Weibo, by the way. I think they should use this to try and get first brick and get beats.
Well, they want to fight it.
I don't know if we're stronger here, but we're going to find out.
TP. The Shy needs to come join. He's a little bit late to the party here. He's going to TP in now, waiting for the fight to kick off. Depth charge has hit on the Gala. Big equalizer across. Dede gets the smite fight again. As now Tien getting locked down. Equalizer coming down from the other side. The Shy finds that big angle, and he's the tanky boy that finds a double kill here. And Dede finds the resets, finds the kills, and the dogs have been let loose. IG howling to the moon.
Weibo couldn't chase something that deep.
All I'm going to say is get this man, the Shy, off of Nidalee, off Renekton, off Jace, off side. Like, I want to see him on
first brick and actually secured feats for herself and, you know, traded across the map instead. We take the fight. They've lost first brick. They've lost the Rift Herald. They're losing the Dragon, and that's Soul Point. So Weibo now really puts themselves on a clock this game.
Soul Point on Mountain Soul, we said, is super... will continue leaning in the favor of IG as they take the Rift Herald play down the throat, down mid. But they need to continue building off of that.
Yeah, Erha and Weibo for sure. That was a little bit of a misengage in the last fight. And again, I was really feeling the consequence of that one is Erha. He just gets out of this one. Might just be stuck.
I think he might just be stuck. As piercing arrow right through the heart. And
Ignite.
You're to blame.
The Ignite was a little interesting.
as Rookie gonna walk away, but the Anaconn has been started up by IG. The rest of the team leaving Rookie in mid lane by his lonesome, but that'll be an easy trade as they leave that outer turret to fall.
Curious if it's actually Roses with the GA here. We'll probably get the notification when it falls. As the rest of IG actually leaving the Anaconn a little bit early, betting JJ wrapping
Oh,
up
they caught
on
the
his
shy.
own. As
Wait,
the
Rookie has the
Shy-
Grand Starfall.
I mean, I think the Shy has him.
The equalizer is used from Breathe. A little bit unfortunate. Okay,
JJ's
IG.
going in. They want
They're
this
rounding
fight.
the
They
wagon.
should take it.
Grand
They're on-
Starfall!
Here we go.
Oh, Rookie just jumping in by himself as the heroic entrance going to buy a lot of space, buy a lot of time. JJ already getting the reset, and that'll be 2 kills going his way. We talked about the cerebral nature of these jugglers, the fisticuffs that were drawn, and JJ will come out the better of it against. Now some pings coming out just in case, as on that Baron buff.
I will say, the IG Baron take is abysmal. They need to get kills before they
JJ is
actually
pretty
look at
strong at it, right?
Yeah, kind of, but it's a poke Varus and a Silas and a Galio. That's pretty terrible. As now,
Oh
Gala,
my
no
God,
flash.
they're
Gala's
throwing
no
everything.
flash.
Everybody and
They
the
got him.
kitchen sink is thrown. They do end up getting the pick, but Light's about to fall too, and JJ gonna get the reset now. He flashes out, heroic entrance, buying time. Him and
That's
Mako
gonna
need to be
work.
careful. Look at him healing up here now. Equalizer used by Rookie, stolen away by Breathe. The Shy locked down, and he will slowly flash his way out. Flash from Breathe in response. Mako still here to try to save him if he wants to with the Shattering Strike. Gonna lock him down. Urhao will miss that one. Or a Justice Punch maybe enough. The shield, the magic resist coming through. And Galio is alive. The Shy is fine. And it's the defensive TP coming in from Xiaohu to defend against Rookie.
Honestly, decent take there by Weibo. They actually got the execute off onto the flashless Gala. So I think that this is where IG's comp, like, this is the last moment where they're at their strongest. Death Stance, as that Eclipse was, of course, skipped by JJ. Able to pick that one up. That will be a really big item in this game. I think they're still much stronger than Weibo, but their Baron take is very slow, and it has been spotted by Weibo.
Oh, they just go for it.
In.
Rookie finds the angle as well, and now Mako with the Magnet Storm Equalizer on top of Breathe. He's going to pop as now got the back line. Light is going to find a huge 1v2, and he cleans them up, but now he's by himself, and JJ just hunts him down. That's going to be the turn onto TN, and after all that, it's everybody down for Weibo. A triple kill for Rookie, and a Baron for Invictus Gaming.
Like the poke, yes, it's nice, but it only does so much damage. I think it's more worth it if you actually are able to take out the Neferi, or able to actually take out the Silas, who are running you in these fights. And with Light just going in and kind of, you can't trade yourself for Varus at this point. You got to get more value from that. I know that he found 2 kills, but he's the one that has to deal with this front line. He is the one that can get through the Galio, get through the Silas, and actually make an impact. So I don't agree with Weibo and all their focus that they're throwing onto Gala this game.
Rookie going with the Crypto Bloom, by the way, on his way to a 4th item. Tower goes down. That will be the equalizer used by Rookie. See if they want to continue pressing this out as the inhib's going to fall as well. And then IG going to focus on bot side. They still have another minute with this Baron buff.
Good chain of corruption here by Galva. That could be enough poke to force Weibo off this turret.
That shield is a long cooldown.
Oh,
Mako decides to just go in, and Light is obliterated. As at the 3-man, 4-man knockup with the equalizer following through. As now here comes the Grand Starfall, stolen by Rookie. Finding a double kill is Gala, looking for a little bit more too under turret. The Shy's gonna get that heroic entrance, and IG sure are looking heroic in this game number 1 over Weibo. We asked the question, are we gonna see that same IG that we've seen in the last 2 series? And it seems like we might just get our answer here. The last,
you just immensely traded up on the flash. Very, very smart play by the Shy, frankly, going for that flash for flash trade. And now you can see because of the toggle,
you just have to throw yourself.
Yeah. Do they have a boot trinket? Okay. Again, it's slow. Monster objective taking for IG is not fast. They want to take.
But look at Rookie. They want the play. They want Erha. That's going to be Chains of Corruption looking. The Shy can't find the back line. Erha's already gone. The Crypto Bloom. It's going to ting as Rookie goes and finds Light for a double kill as they're looking for even more onto the rest of Weibo. And unfortunately, their composition has just gone kaput as Breathe, the last one left here, going to be ran down by Rookie. Easy does it, TPs into the base, and IG looking to start this series off with a bang.
I really thought the game was in a decent state for Weibo going into that Herald. They didn't trade across the map. Instead, they opted to contest. They played into IG's...
And returning to what you said would have been good earlier, the Yorick is the lock-in.
Oh, you have really started to see this pick emerge as an answer into the Scion. It doesn't bring that magic damage. Actually going to skip over the blue buff to try and get bot early and cover his bot lane. Xin, wrapping up that last camp, will be up a level.
Okay.
Tian skipping over it too, because yeah, they know.
Insta-engage, on-site fight by Tian and JJ. It's the 1v1 and the 2v2 happening at the same time. Concussive Blows is going to connect. Light able to chase down with the approach velocity. Going to catch onto Gala. Gala has no mana. Going to have to burn the flash. Wind becomes lightning. Tian is in there. Big headbutt by Mako, but it's not going to be enough to fight back. Here it is. Concussive Blows again in the Braum. Early game is coming in clutch, and Tian is on a rampage here early.
I think can still be done, but JJ actually going to base. A good hawk shot by Light, scouted out the dragon. Sees that IG is not on it. We'll see if Weibo is aware that they have JJ joining on the top side, as he had the base and go protect his bot lane from a potential dive. Yeah.
Oh, Gala's about to get scooped and duped here. Boom! As Xiaohu comes up big and topside. Tian's going to fall in through. Erha will go down. It gives the kill back to Mako. That's a massive wave, though, trying to be picked up by Dede. Rookie is right around the corner. Item power spike IG looks like.
Oh, Xiaohu did great work on the last tower dive, now being dove
here. That feels
funny,
bad.
I gotta say.
That Enchanted Crystal Arrow actually buying a lot of time. JJ just dies to the turret ramp up. Tien claims the kill and a nice sniper shot from Light across the map.
Yeah, the Glacial Prison, the tick damage ended up getting...
Do we feel like IG's power spikes are enough to kind of let them see a light at the end of the tunnel?
They need a little bit of time. They need to really open up the map. They need side aim pressure, as JJ is, of course, down flash.
He's getting ran down. Yep. Tien just said, "You shall not move. I will take you down." As the kill goes to Light, and Tien is running this one.
I mean, that's why we were worried about that Alistar blind, because for me, Alistar is a real power pick in the meta right now. I think he's very strong, and stronger than a lot of other supports, just because with that ultimate, you're pretty much guaranteed 2 spell rotations in a fight.
A little bit of proxying here. Want to get to watch Breed have a little bit of fun. The Shy getting flashed on by Erha. Now Light trying to chase him down. Concussive Blows going to be flashed out of. Glacial Fissure coming through, though. The Shy is pretty tanky, but not tanky enough. Going under tower, going down one more. And Light's going to clean him up. Maidenless virtue signaling.
They just made the wrong decisions in terms of following it through. This game, we've seen them make the right decisions again early. I think they've manipulated a few of these lanes to, again, get a big lead onto the Ashe, and now they can escape the lead. Of course, it's only Rookie that's ahead here for IG as he's looking.
Chopra way off the mark there. They're still trying to take down Tien. Slowly but surely, he finally falls, but that's so much already going down. Big pickups, though, from IG, and Rookie is starting to look like this Yone that could potentially win games. As he's going for the flip play, look at Rookie! He's feeling himself, and go ahead and feel some more, King, as Rookie is lighting the...
The creep catches the tower aggro, the flash R to catch the flashless Light. He was the healthiest one, so taking aggro there correct, uses the Q3 to get out of it. Then we don't even see the E that he used to actually snap back after he was Emperor's divided backwards, as Mako no flash.
God, he just does...
Ashe Braum. Yeah,
I'll just say he had a moment
to get out of it. Then we don't even see the E that he used to actually snap back after he was Emperor's divided backwards, as Mako no flash.
God, he just does...
Ashe Braum. Yeah,
I'll just say he had a moment to pop R.
Important at the moment. Breathe proxy. We'll see if he TP's down. Dragon's been started. This might get burned. TP coming in.
Breathe already coming in. Dragon secured by Tien now as well. Missed on the Emperor divide by Xiaohu as Rookie getting the dodge out. Xiaohu trying to get away. Rookie is making mincemeat of this front line, back line rather, as a 3-man knockup. Now Weibo feeling a little bit hesitant in this fight. They're going to try to chase down Breathe. The Shy has an angle here as well. The flash going to come out. The wall is there. Tien finally rejoining. Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto the Shy. The Shy double knockup by Xiaohu. Big fate seal from Rookie! Shutting him down, but he goes down. And now the front to back play going the way of Weibo as well. That extra effort from Light really putting in work here for Weibo's team comp.
Also, the patch on the Yone. Rookie wasn't able to snap back, snap out of some of the CC that was heading towards him, as it was a massive fight from Rookie, who has the lead. Clean up those carries, so the train connected on the Yone. That created a CC chain big enough to take down Rookie. who again has to be the stud of this game for IG.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally the only one that can find the eye angle. And there you go, another fate sealed, and Xiaohu's fate has just out of him. The Dragon still started by Tien. Looking for the win becomes lightning, can follow through with it, but it's 4-man strong here from both sides. We will not have the top laners joining just yet, but Rookie might have found Xiaohu. Going for the damage. Xiaohu's scared for his life. Fate sealed coming through from Rookie. Rookie trying to snap back with the damage, and Xiaohu goes down to Mako. Another kill for the man as he's looking for the Dragon. It goes the way of Tien. He'll secure the soul point and get out of there. IG will get the pick on Xiaohu, but that is it.
I mean, Rookie's been so clutch, but Tien smites
What
it.
the hell was that, man?
My issue with this game is Xiaohu's gonna TP mid. All right, they're gonna.
Did he just try to flick in League of Legends? Is that what I just saw, maybe?
This mid outer is
Gala's in a lot of trouble now, and Chance Crystal Arrow coming down. Gala waiting to flash, does so, but he's already lost a massive chunk of health, and because of that lack of pressure IG kept up in mid lane, they might even lose 2 turrets off the back of it.
Nice TP from Xiaohu. That's one way to just understanding they're down. Gonna try and play this Dragon through the bot lane. Could be tricky.
You don't want to give over a Hextech Soul. Mako can't get caught out early. We called him the GOAT so many times, but the GOAT's going down, and he's going to be fried up, as that is already a massive frontline tool for IG down ahead of the Hextech Soul.
I gotta say, I could understand like Mako not burning the ult there because I think he's dead anyway, but like Mako just can't be there.
Oh my god, and then we're just watching face checks here as Rookie not going to get taken down just because that Glacial Prison from JJ stops the rest of Weibo, but that's Hextech, unless JJ can do it. He hasn't had it. He hasn't had it, but maybe a third makes it matter. As he's looking for an angle here, they pull the Dragon out a little bit. He's going to have Breathe. His body blocked. No! It goes the way of Light! Hextech Soul secured, and IG's faith has just been shattered. As the Shy getting locked down, here comes the 2-2 train, and Gala getting knocked up. Breathe going with the double, and Mako, he's back, but it's not nearly enough. He watches as everybody falls. Breathe having himself a heck of a moment on Sion, but Weibo looking to push this back to 3 games.
I mean, the last couple smites from Tien, those steals on the contested objectives, going to end up being huge for Weibo Gaming, as this Ashe Braum bot lane was really the stability this comp needed, not to mention the objective control from Tien. Despite Rookie's best efforts, it's looking like a clean, or I can't say clean win for Weibo. It's looking like a clean objective win for Weibo, yeah? All objectives
there you
secured.
go. 100% objective secure. And a massive difference from that game number 1 faltering. Weibo, bring us on these guys here, it feels like.
I mean, the trigger pull of the ball carrier being that Nocturne, the ability to execute onto a Caitlyn conditions, and he didn't start D-Ring, he started Mana Crystal, so he has to find a base here or else he will get shaded.
Ooh, Erha getting murdered here by the combos. Bailout coming through. The 2v2 goes the way of IG, falling prey to the...
They don't win this fight. They need 6 on the Nocturne and 6 for the Callisto Renata to really threaten their best fight. So I think giving this one up and over is fine. We'll say, revisiting the top lane, the Shy, under threat, yeah, 8 the tower shot, public execution sidestep, no flash necessary for the Shy. Good hands by our all-hands top laner. And nearly
more now that they have the level 6 mark for Tien.
I think a respectful and appropriate flash from Mako, as of course if he goes up in the air, Tien would just connect with him when he drops. He was spotted on that flip.
Yeah, and okay, there's going to be Chunk, but Mako's in trouble now. Going to get feared, going to get hand shook, but Tien is still out of there. Rookie going to flash for the play. Paranoia pop, but the bailout's enough. He's out of there. Tien gets the reset up the bailout, and JJ gets the butt dies anyways. Light rends his soul from him and takes his crown. Xiaohu! Just because of some of those CS different that had been developed in bot lane, but much more even state here as IG going to try to get back onto the map, get something going for themselves as a play from Breathe. Public execution onto the combo with the shockwave. Ball delivery takes many forms, and Weibo, they're flowing with it as Breathe just going to walk down Gala too, and Mako going to just get ran down for 2 times in a row. I mean, utilization there was actually so massive. We'll see on the back end of it though. It will be Grub again, secured by IG, and like you say, plays really well into the hands of IG's composition. That dragon secured by Weibo, though, on the other side of things here, will put them up to 2.
Yeah, I do like the overload here by IG. Of course, they're the ones with 6 grubs, so just going to funnel this first brick into Gala. Rookie doesn't have a TP to respond to what's going on in the bot lane, but the Shy has been there to
Feels like Weibo know this. Playing around it heavily. Dede going to come over, trying to get a little bit of extra support on these ward clears up towards this top side. Rift Herald does spawn now, but Weibo, they're sitting in wait. They know what they have. They know the weaponry. What did I just talk about? Mako extending a little bit too far out. Goes with the repel. Has the flash. Shockwave coming in. Light gonna go for it. Xiaohu's the one. And especially for the Shy. As we look at it, IG will stop the dragon stacking of Weibo.
I will say, if they get this, it's big. I know that Weibo is going to do their best to get in here. We'll see if they can find a fight.
Tien, the spike fight! Oh, he's not even going to go for it. Okay, the flash play coming in. Public execution goes through on a Rookie. Rookie's going down. Xiaohu finds his number. Flash going to come through now, but Paranoia going to make the retreat come through from IG. It is the dragon stacking stopped, but a big pick by Weibo.
I mean, how sick is Erha, man? The flash handshake on the Rookie was beautiful. As he flashed out,
he's a rookie, bro.
Going down. Again, his 4th series going up against one of the LPL GOATs in Mako. And actually making good plays in the series. Erha continues to be a bright spot for Weibo. And again, that 3-4 record, we don't feel like is really as indicative of the strength of Weibo with Erha, who have looked more competitive with him being in the lineup for sure, Mazel, and continues to make good plays.
This composition might have cooked a little too far for IG. Feels bad as well as Dede's skin on the Viego. They will try to pick out Breathe, though, and they should be able to do so. It's just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of heartbreaker action.
Prison in the trap combos, if necessary, it takes away, I think, the best way that IG can try and play out these fights, which is really looking for picks and burst damage on a single target. Again, close game. This leads not enough for IG if they want to play these fights. Rookie, he's no flash still. Goodbye.
Instantly popped on the Paranoia, the Shockwave to follow, and Rookie will fall after having...
Shockwave all the way in. This will be a trade of waves dropped, but Weibo, getting much easier for them to play the fights out.
The Shy's finally getting involved.
All the ults are up for Weibo. Just keep your eyes on Tien when he wants to pull that trigger with that Paranoia Shockwave combo.
Rookie has been focused multiple times in these. Paranoia going in. Shockwave goes through. JJ getting out with that Heartbreaker. Public execution finds the back line. Mako can't do anything to save his ADC, and he's going down the Shy. He's the last one left. Look at this body pile and a body slam by Weibo. Triple kill for the Emperor of Spring.
To really get a foothold into this game, as Weibo really snuffing IG out of this series after a pretty convincing game 1 for IG.
And now with a voracious Hadakon as well. I mean, I think IG realized the trouble that's about to happen. If you give this over, this is just enabling them with the GAs. Mako's going to get caught light. Look at him. He's dashing forward, and Dente is gone. His skin, his world championship, it means nothing in this bout. In this domestic bout, it is all about Weibo taking down IG. That is Xiaohu getting picked off there. Going to go golden to delay the inevitable. And he survives as well. Times out the bailout. And that will end up being Weibo taking even more on the map.
Oh, Rookie's going to do his damnedest to get on out, but public execution comes out, connects. Rookie is down, and IG throwing out Hail Marys because they know this game is grim. Nothing connects there.
How did we get here?
Even with Smite, I mean, Mazel.
It was so close for so long, and it's just blowed open.
No.
This even further forward.
That ends up being the case.
Erha is waiting for a big hostile takeover across this choke point.
How do you win this as IG? You are.
It's so hard.
You are so far behind. You have no team fight.
Maybe a steal. The MR is getting shredded right now against Weibo. JJ waiting to go over. Heartbreaker in. Waiting to get this smite fight. 50-50. That extra fight over this jungle. And it's going to go the way of Tien. And there you go. Initiation by Weibo and Xiaohu with a big shockwave. Public execution used. The Shy tries to eviscerate one, but Erha will be saved by his own bailout. And a triple kill comes through for Light.
Putting ourselves in this position out of draft. And like, I know we're IG, but also we can't be doing this.
I think it also just feels even worse because Rookie is paying the ultimate price for it. And now he hasn't had a great game 3, right? But when he has those back-breaking performances in game 1 and 2 and now having a little bit of a stinker in game 3, it's enhanced as well by what's happening with the Shy, with the draft, with JJ.
It's not on him,
it's
man.
so crazy to me that now we look at it, and I think Xiaohu heard the region, heard the community talking trash, and he's sitting there at 8-0 and 10 on this Orianna here. Weibo pushing in this bot lane.
I don't think it's been mid-diff. I think it's very much been jungle diff, as it's been a toughie for JJ and 2 really nice games for Tien, who has, found the reverse sweep here in our BLG jungle spy out here. So.
Yeah, BLG will be calling soon, no doubt.
Yeah. This series is actually
hypothetically
who starts for BLG in their upcoming series, of course, because that is the rumor, and that is the narrative.
We're having a little bit of fun with it for sure, but it is definitely
even if we're 100% serious, it's still fun.
Yeah. It is a riding of the ship, though. That extra combo with the shockwave coming in. The turret is the focus, and down goes Rookie. As they're going to try to find the rest of it here. Big handshake from Erha. Again, another double kill comes through. Light looking for more. Light looking for even more as the Fate's call is not even going to be there. Triple kill again for Light. There's nobody left on the table. Nobody left on the board for IG. Invictus Gaming Super Team has been crushed. And Weibo look to even up their scoreline. Look to go 500, go 4-4, and take this
onto this Yorick.
Uh-oh, so Maiden is still up, so the trading's gonna come through. The little goals are gonna come through as well, and Ale will have no tower to run to. I think he already knows his fate here.
I think the Maiden can almost do this job for 369 with the health that Ala has. And remember, he took a Night Flash. He's giving up the 1v1.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
He's going to get to his blue buff, his wolves. He's going to get this bottom scuttle, I think, all pretty comfortably. The only thing that's making a bit of a pain point, or maybe a gank angle, is that Jackie and Chris have crashed a big turret in, but topside, maybe we are playing for topside. The gank coming across onto the flashless Ala, and the right on cue, grabs first blood for top.
Right here, level 3 to level 4. Shun is looking for a 1v1.
This could be a bit greedy, though. First move will definitely go over to Jackie Love and Chris, but he does steal away the first Krug as the bottom lane actually decides to scrap it out while the junglers are just a ways away, a street over. The Ren gonna play big here for Pace as he's trying to just Jackie Love, but has the bailout. Jackie Love flashing forward. No! He doesn't get the reset on the bailout, and now it's the junglers pulling up to the party. June is gifted a kill. Chris falls down next, and now all of it rests on Kanavi to try and rescue this play for Top Esports. Missing and June trying to get back, as the bottom lane was a little bit later to the play with Pays and Missing, and they will claim the one grub unless 369's trying to throw down with the Ornhorn, forces Missing's flash, creeps here with perfect execution. The Scion's trying to fly in on the background, but they're targeting Missing, and Missing gets popped, but traded out for Kanavi. And now 369, who started the play for Top Esports, is going to pay the Pied Piper. Jun picking up a...
JDG have been on point. They lost some very questionable games early on. 3 in a row, actually.
Mites if they want to, but maybe Shuman's just waiting to reconnect with the bottom lane. Top Esports always can be pretty greedy around some of these neutral objectives. Now they're starting to get surrounded, but they like the fight odds here going after Pace. Do get the clutch flash out of both him and Shun as Olive flies in, but he flies into the entire mark of Top Esports. They've got Scout teleporting into the backside, but Kanavi gets popped with the cease and desist. Doesn't even get that one off as Scout shows up to the party. They keep the bottom lane alive, and they pop off Kareem, who now sees perfect execution to dash himself back after safety. Jackie Love has no more mana to try and dish out the damage. There's no damage left for Top to buy time.
Yeah, and Kanavi again is looking towards the top side map. They're going to lose the second dragon right here. The fact that if you look on the inventories, everyone has an item apart from supports, right? But Akali, this really does hurt Akali's early game spike. Kareem also has a flash of a 1R press from Missing, and Ale?
Here we go.
You got this?
Hold up, but this is the Vi, the Renata, and the Ornn. Do they have enough damage? It doesn't really feel like it until that Vault Breaker sings it home. They tried to give Jackie Love the kill for the adoration.
And get him on the turnaround.
I mean, if you're gonna do it on each champion, it had to be 400 stack Zion. Draven. 369 My poor soul. The flash. Ooh, the Ash Arrow still sinks through. I think Shun might have enough damage. He's taking up a lot of turret shots, though. Has to flash away, and it's missing support Ash that gets the kill and walks away
have
with...
any access in their bot lane jungle, both side jungle rather, to try and contest for those dragons, which is going to be so point for JDG. If they manage to secure that. No one from top esports is actually in position to push out these waves. You see Cream trying to push down that bot lane wave, but they have absolutely zero vision. And Ale is hiding in this bush.
The brick wall trying to hold the line here. They do have Scout pushing towards this top side. Does have teleport if he wants to join the fight of alls. As all of TS are going to use their 5 versus 4 advantage. Jun gets caught, tries to go into the Atari ball, but Kanavi times the cease assist perfectly. Jun is down, and that is the golden goose to find. Shut down, and it's going to stop the dragon stacking. Finally, top esports are able to commit to what their comp was designed to do. And it might have just bought them a hell of a lot more time in this game.
And there's still no cash out for Jacula. 458 stacks on this Draven, and they're TPing in. Scout?
Okay, this is one hell of a flank for Scout, but JG are kind of scattered. Does catch Cream going over the wall, drops the ultimate. Missing in pace, they'll get brunted by a great handshake from Chris, so they can't commit over the wall to find the kill.
How they want to play those team fights a little bit better together. Scout needs to be there so that these sort of fights and isolated targets do not happen for top esports.
Oh, Kanavi doesn't get the Vault Breaker knockback. Eats an arrow to the face, goes for the cease and desist, but Pace flashes away. Hostile takeover will grab Pace to delay some time for this kill, but the bailout will not save Kanavi, and Shun is running wild. The pack is unleashed out of the crate and shuts down top esports, silences them to the tune of a double kill.
Oh boy, the stacks are gone as well. This is only 3,000 gold lead, but if you think about it, this is more like a 10,000 gold lead at this point for JDG. They're going to take full reign towards the Atakan on the top side of the map. And it is going to be the Voracious Atakan. Oh, they're turning on to 369.
Oh boy. We called 369 Beefy Orn, but he's got the entire kitchen coming after him. All 5 members of JDG. The Orn falls, and I'm glad you called it out, Trouble. Voracious Atakan just has such a bigger... Stay comfortable. They play back and allow TS to come into them. They have so many ways to deny it. And like we talked about, TS, they have to fly in right now into JDGs. They take this Voracious Atakan. They're teleporting in 369. All eyes gravitate towards Kanavi. Can he find a clutch steal? The best jungler of Group Ascend so far needs to hone in, lock in, but he eats an Ash Arrow to the face, forces the Mikhails out. Ornhorn's going to come down. They're going to try and jump on the Scout, who does have to self-fold as Cream is on the backside of this fight. Shun is being pushed out of the pit. The hostile takeover, buying a bit more time for TES to try and set up a huge 50-50, but Kanavi goes in all out for Pays. Will he find the kills? Trying to set up his team. The Draven's too far away. The bailout comes across. Will Kanavi be safe? No! He's cut down. All the zombie grabs him, and they send Jun in to get the Voracious Atakan. JDG bide their time, won't let TS push them around, and it might have just won them this game 1 in the El Clasico.
That was the best.
All those zombified Scion runs in, able to chase off Cream at the low health bar, and Jun gets that Voracious Atakan. For how much we've hyped up this jungle matchup, Kanavi, by far in Group Ascend, been the premier jungler, but Jun on this very Nefiri looked diabolical against Thundertalk. And it looks like it doesn't really matter to the opponent. Nameplate's off. Jun, when he gets this Nefiri, is to be feared in Group Ascend.
And it's going to be a pretty clinical ending right here from JDG, as they do have the, the money bags, I wanted to say, to slap top esports in the face. But Kanavi is looking potentially for a pick top side. They know they cannot defend. They have no way to play from the side of top esports. So that inhibitor was going to go down anyway. Kanavi's going to take that red buff, and they're possibly going to look towards Scout, who still has the buff from Atakan.
Still has the false life, has the ult for himself. Great Ornhorn to predict the dash away, but that's just 200 gold. Scout safe, and JDG, the rest of the pack, get to just grab this mid wave and play for more turrets.
I think 0-3 Draven hurts more than anything right here from top esports.
The most.
Hasn't managed to cast out at all, and now JDG knowing that there's 2 members. Oh, they caught Jackal. Ooh, clutch. Mikhail's right there from Chris to get him out. But knowing there's 2 members from top esports on the top side.
Cream is taking some pretty aggressive dashes in. It hasn't cost him his life yet, but maybe grabs enough space for GDG to threaten this mid turret. The Baroned up Cannon Wave, the MVP right now, he's just firing away at this turret, and it definitely helps that they have a full tank Scion.
Giga Chat Ale just walks up.
The Ornn was like a non-factor once this game started getting out of control on the bot side.
All right.
More turrets. Just Chemtech Solar Baron and lose the game. We
Sure,
can't
bet.
say we haven't seen it before.
It can get worse, man. Do it.
It might just be the play they have to make to try and save the game. We'll have to see. Who knows? Maybe the fight just brawls out in this jungle as Top Esports are trying to set up battle lines. 369 has gone scout down about half HP, calls the Orange Horn as Shun jumps onto him. Great Fates call for Pays on the backside. Takes the Blast Cone to get himself and missing out. Hostile takeover goes down. Cream dashes in, but it's Alla. The taking style, they'll happily eat up all the damage, but Cream finally hits his mark. They drop missing. They drop Pays, and Shun cannot rescue this fight at all. Cream finds the angle in, the miracle angle that saves Top Esports, and to top it all off, Jackie Love finally cashes in on the adoration stacks. He finally gets his first kill of the game, but they still got a couple more members to try to burn through it. Scout eviscerates, pops Jackie Love and Chris like a balloon, gets himself the quadra kill. Topsy-turvy seesaw, however you define it. That fight was wondrous, but it ends with a Scout pentakill.
Pentakill for Scout, and JDG will take the game, will take the ace. 7-0-2.
Where did that come
Scout
from?
bringing back Lissandra from the depths of hell of Champion Pool to stop Cream. Then he distracted. He's not even done. Just wants to kill Chris one more time. Looking at those two Titans, JDG are looking to solidify themselves on that top 2, top 3 conversation, starting potentially.
369 is going for that full lane aggression. You talked about the early game, Gwen versus Jax. That is Ignite Teleport, and maybe we'll have some more level 1 shenanigans as the good old Dredgeline hitbox on the list. Maybe sets up Scout to fall here. They're going to try and give the kill over to a priority target. It's Cream that grabs first blood.
As well. However, for Crisp and Jackie Love right here, keeping that priority down the bottom of the map is very crucial. And if you look over on the top side, both those junglers are going to end up on the top river Scuttle Crab. So that Yone that we mentioned earlier that got that first kill early could potentially be what gives Kanavi the edge on the top side river.
JDG, they're trying to throw it down on this bot side to catch Jackie Love going for a reset. The Valkyrie 4 from Jackie Love trying to min-max the damage ratios on that ability. Does force the barrier out of Pays. Missing min-maxing his range there as Shun is the first one into this top side. Trying to cut off the flashless 369 who only knows one thing. Has to go for the fight. Finds the kill onto Alla thanks to the Ignite, and that forces Shun to bail out. We
bladed the Ruin Game onto Cream's Yone. Riftmaker potentially onto 369 on this Gwen as Crisp. He's taking his reset, but he's not heading bot lane. Alice super low again, no flash.
This is easy. This is like fishing in a barrel right now. Alla is completely cornered. I don't even think Chris needed to show up. He got the assist with Ignite. That's how easy.
Set up for neutral objective. Tess is back. They're actually playing by the book right here. As I'm saying this though, 3 members sent over the tops of the map for JDG, and that wave is pushing for 369. That's the overextend.
Oh, doesn't have flash, by the way. Flash from Alla, though, to get the Counter-Strike Sun into a perfect seismic shove. It's the big shutdown they need, and Alla grabs that gold, deservedly so. Something to get the engine started there for JDG.
Yeah, huge opening right here, as they do find Jackie Love too.
Yeah, they get the Deadly Flourish down. Jackie Love able to use the Valkyrie to kite back to safety. Curtain Call going to come across. First Drake is likely soon to fall, and TS know it. They've got the ward in the pit, but they will not be contesting it, as Shun and Pays will handle it. We talked a little bit about the people to overload topside, and JG read their play very, very well and shut down any dive threats.
But the timings are impeccable right here from Top Esports. They have been constantly tracking down Shun before big neutral objectives, and right now we're going to have the Herald. Hold on, Alla.
Yeah, Alla. Ooh, great jump over the wall for Kanavi. Lands the Glacial Prison expertly, and Caster Purse comes across. Clean dive this time. Alla finally falls for a 3rd time.
And what I was mentioning previously is that before every big neutral objective fight, Kanavi made it his mission to spot Shun in the jungle. And one ult from Kanavi is all it took to consistently take Shun's flash to not be able around the rift for Top Esports.
Yeah, trouble. The entire top side for JDG also without their flash. I believe we lost it off screen, but Scout's flash is on about the same cooldown as Allah's right now. So you have no flash on your Lilia, your Talia, and Jax, making it really hard for JDG to justify a lot of fighting. And it might just get even worse here as Missing has to burn that unbreakable will, that coveted ultimate for the Alistar, and Chris finds his mark. One dredge line. Jun with no flash like we talked about is caught out and hung to dry.
2-0 on the Yone. Blade the ranking already completed. Feature strength gone over to top esports. Chris with the supportal combat right there.
Back cancel.
Not letting Missing reset right there. And they're, oh boy, their target is Ale for one more time.
Yep. Bot lane, top lane, turret, doesn't matter. They see a dive angle. TS are hopping on for the play, but Ola sneaks out. The Grandmaster's Might defensive stats value might have just saved him as he survives 1 for 4 of his dives, or 3/4 of his dives.
Missing's gonna trim down the wave as well, but this is going to be pretty much a tower for Cream. They're TPing back. This is going to be Ale getting back into
Kanavi
lane.
Reset. This is free. Kanavi's on the reset. Cream does burn the flash to get away from the first stun and sidesteps the deadly flourish, so we'll just get Cream's flash off of reset for the teleport flame from Ala.
Really quick plays right here from JDG, trying to get something to stick, and nothing really is. As this is happening over on the bottom of the map, committing those teleports. JackeyLove is pushing down that mid lane, has chipped down that tower pretty massively, I would say. Shun, oh, you poor summer child. Don't EP in there.
Oh, this is not your jungle, buddy. He just gets completely surrounded trying to contest this red buff. He gets a little Lullaby down onto 2, but it's too late. Jun drops. The Weaver's Wall buys some time for JG to make sure that JackeyLove doesn't push any further damage out, but these are small wins, with the bigger ones going to the side of the defending champions as their gold lead grows, their control over the map grows, and the Giga Gwen grows even further. Scout barely surviving a Might with 369, who now turns his attention to Missing. Blast Cone bails him out, but it's just all bailouts right now for JDG. No wins across the map.
Jumping the engage jumper, they've got the tools. This is Wani, the Nautilus. Crisp has been all over the map as Cream has actually started this dragon for his jungler. Miss is gonna spot it, but they can't walk in.
It's Crisp again with the dredge lines on point and Missing, adding to the burger total right there as the Alistar falls. Dragon grabbed, and what a response. We asked the question, Trouble, what does CS look like in unfamiliar territory coming off a Game 1 loss for the first time out of so many of their series? And they look angry. As old, Gwen is immune, and they're really biding their time, and Kanavi sniffs something out. He tries to go to cover him, but now they just jump on Kanavi. He does flash away for the Deadly Flourish, but gets slept. They're trying to burn through the Tanky Sejuani. They do find the kill, and they get the Lilting Lullaby to JackeyLove. Shun's going to chase him down, but he needs the rest of his squad. They're playing from behind. JackeyLove quits the flash, but the Weaver's Wall to follow. The current call, not needed. Finally, picks coming across for JDG. Some light at the end of the tunnel in this dark Game 2.
And there it is. We're talking about it. Top esports overextend. They're 2 split apart. They get picked off by JDG. 2 kills going over to the side of JDG. 1 on Talia and 1 on Paze's Jhin. However, they're still gonna lose that top lane tier 2 tower. Yone is going to be a huge problem. However, JDG looked at the window where Yone was not there. Cream did not TP into this fight, and top is...
Yes, good play for JDG, but how often going forward are they ever going to get a fight or a window to scrap where neither solo lane for TES are involved? I don't think that window is going to get much bigger. It might even close even further, knowing that Cream and Kanavi are just doing a good old-fashioned undercover mission. This voracious Otacon, and JDG have no idea, and all of a sudden, all of TS have false lives to get even more aggressive than they want to.
I've just realized that this buff actually looks like the old school Baron buff. I don't know if people remember this, but
I remember.
Like some spiky purple flowers that were rotating around champions. So like this sort of resembles that with like the little beams circling champions as well. So
I see it.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. A little bit reminiscent of the old Rift.
Speaking of the Rift,
Talking about purple.
Yeah, talking about purple, and speaking of the Rift, places for JDG to take control of on the Rift, slowly dwindling. They have constant top lane waves to answer, and now they have to cover for mid lane. Good use of the Weaver Wall to good old Shelly doesn't get a crack at that mid-inner tier 2 turret, but again, these are all defensive plays that are buying time, but keep staring at the gold lead and how much further ahead TS are, and the clock is ticking on JDG.
Yeah, it becomes really difficult to play side lane right here, especially if you're Scout onto this Talia. You lose to Gwen, you lose to Cream's Yone, and Ale might lose 1v3.
It's the double sundown. Kanavi's still tanky. 369 does pop the needlework. Doesn't find the mark on Ala as he hops back to his ally. So that critical ult is down for 369, but again, can't punish TS too much for another minute with the Voracious Octagon. And yeah, Cream is really infatuated with doing the jungler's job. That's the second dragon he's basically gotten all on his lonesome.
Absolutely. Oh, hold on, missing.
Grab. That's a breakable will out of missing just to survive.
Oh boy, there's so much bleeding happening right now for JDG. The first thing you lose is your jungle. The second thing you might lose is your life. A Scout just has to TP away. Play the map 4 versus 5 right now.
And go back to reliable. Bullying Ala trying to catch waves as there are 4 people stacked up towards his side of the map. Luckily for him now, JDG have brought their own bodyguards. Missing Shun, Pays, they're all here. Maybe looking for a fight angle in. Keep your eyes on Shun. You see the Fate Seal for Cream. Doesn't find its mark on the Scout, so that's a critical ult down for the engage-oriented TES competent. It's enough of a window for JDG to look for the fight. Curtain call down, Ala on the flank, but he's pretty sectioned off all on his lonesome. Has to flash. Scout throws down the Weaver's Wall to cut off TS's escape, but now this is turned right on its head. JDG, Ala getting chased down as the depth charge will land. He's going to try and hop to his teammate. The Glacial Prison lands, but the hop comes through first. Who's chasing who at this point? Who knows? It's Cream going forward with the Soul Unbound on a missing who does pop the Unbreakable Will, but his health bar is far too low. There's the first kill. Do the floodgates open? No. Top Esports don't want to overextend in this fight. And they're going to give the respect over to JG and walk away with the 1 key kill.
Yeah, that choke point is very dangerous. Shun has flash right there and his ultimate up and available. This would be a huge loss if Top Esports ended up dying. However, you'll see that if we get that replay, the calls were pretty clear coming through from both teams. JDG want to split Top Esports apart and try to pretty much run them down. Ale TPing in the back, Scout ulting in. Top Esports not giving them an inch. I feel like the second they saw Ale in the backline flashing through, Top Esports just made the call. Just go for the Jax, go for the Jax, go for the Jax. This time around, they're going for that Lilia. Hold up.
Ooh, Wilting Lullaby having to be used because Cream is just built different. Burns through Jun like a hot knife through butter right there.
I feel like Shun had not looked on his tab button because that QSS has been there for Cream for a pretty large amount of time, and Shun just expected the sleep to go through and that he'd be able to run away. Didn't even use his flash right there, just ended up going down, and Ale might follow the same fate.
2-level advantage. I mean, this isn't even the same league they're playing right now, all in 369. We talked about the one fight JDG wins is when the solo lanes or TS aren't apparent, and right there, they both make key picks onto 2 targets. Grabs Baron in. Might have really just pushed this game over the hump for Top Esports as we all eyed the game of him. He can complete him. No organization knows that as well for Top Esports than JDG. Exactly why the El Clasico has been such a fun matchup. It's because of guys like Kanavi and 369, who the latter really hasn't disappointed as well off that B1 pick. Kanavi's did, 369's didn't against his former club. It's so impressive to see, knowing the pedigree of this matchup. But it's JG again. Desperation starting to show out here. They're going, like you called out, great point. Deep TP from Scout, but he's immediately spotted on the wave, and TS will not allow JG to split them up. They are inseparable right now, all sticking together, knowing if we're going to fight JDG, you're fighting on our terms. And as quickly as that teleport flank comes across, it deteriorates, and JDG are back to playing full defense.
I don't mind JDG trying for these things because if Top Esports gets desperate or they overextend their play,
because they are stacked up as 5, just how the doctor ordered. Wave clear will come out here to protect that inhibitor turret for now, but there are more pressing issues across the other lanes as Cream brings up another Baron wave. For now, though, JDG doing a decent job standing up to the first Baron power play.
Yeah, I feel like Top Esports didn't necessarily get what they wanted from this. Maybe kill him to missing here, but...
Yeah, Unbreakable Will is very valuable, very breakable in this game, and it will not bail out missing face checking a brush there. Just like the last little fight we saw, starts off with missing getting picked off. How confident are TS now without the Alistar threat to knock down some of these turrets? Answer, very confident. Mid inhibitor down. pretty seamlessly as the base is broken open to JDG.
I mean, this is not even a 4v5, right? They see Alda on the side lane, so this is a 3 versus 5. When you're 10,000 gold in the lead, 11,000 gold, excuse me, in the lead, even more than 10k. So JDG have to back off, maybe give some of those bounties away over to Alle, taking that top lane tier 1, the first tower
First turret,
for JDG.
and they have a winning golden road towards that Nexus, and we'll see if JDG even want to try and contest what will likely be the next big coveted objective, that Baron coming up in about a minute 20, or it's just going to be Cream limit testing as he knocks Alla down to half HP with a couple autos and a couple of Qs.
Yep, 3 items, extra BF sword, 1 QSS right there. Yeah, surely can walk up. Now they know that there's 2 members of JDG down the bot lane, so top esports are going forward.
Yep. 369, gonna limit test how far he can push to the enemy base. They'll knock down the top inhibitor turret, but Scout is already at half HP. Kanavi's health bar is so hard to burn through. Crisp is in a pretty bad spot. He will fall. All the TP's in. Look at Cream off to the flank side. It is JackeyLove and Kanavi having to flash out of the pit, and now 369, he's caught in the middle of 5. Cream does not go in at the right time. Top Esports is very desynced. The woes of their team fighting showing in this game despite their huge lead, having trouble really closing the deal. Oh
boy, it's over, and a fantastic hourglass right there from Alle to not get hit by the Yone ult. However, it's going to be Baron.
Here's the problem.
There's double super minions on every single lane for JDG, and unfortunately for the JDG believers, there is no Elder Dragon on top esports, so it's impossible for them to throw.
Something?
This
Interrupt
might
this
be
game?
This might be the dark tech that turns things around.
I mean, I guess it's good at clearing out super minion waves. Is that really why you buy it? Is that shooting flash down? That's been down the whole game. We're used to that. Holy!
JackeyLove,
Here's a fight. JackeyLove's dead. Where did this come from? Alla gets the pick down, gets into the stasis as well, pays on the flank. Oh no, it's happening again. Top, these can't close out games. JDG win another critical fight. That's all the Barons off Top Esports except for 369 and Kanavi.
But 369 is TPing in. Not sure why everyone else. Someone somewhere on some co-stream has probably said the word unable. I'm not gonna say the middle word, it's a verb. Okay? Someone somehow said it on a co-stream somewhere while watching this game, and they've completely cursed the heck out of Tess. Alright. 4 items. JDG.
Oh boy. Here we go.
The double TP.
Do TS get sectioned
Surely
off? That's
not.
the one problem.
Surely not.
JackeyLove is completely caught. He's alone without flash. Alla has him sectioned off. The curtain call shots land. JackeyLove goes down first, but they still have the soul lane to try and hold them up. 369 is very strong. Watch for Cream to try and dive in. Double stasis comes across. Cream goes in. Great golden by Scout. Cream is completely nullified as Alla knocks down Chris. 369 does find the kill on Dashun, but JDG still have the man advantage. All they have to deal with is the big bad Gwen, who does get stunned up, but is able to dash out till missing. Goes for the Alistair sec. Headbutt polarized, throws 369 into his entire team. He goes down next. It's happening again. Top Esports don't know how to close games.
Oh my god, JDG with another teamfight win right here. They're gonna send Alla to save the 2 Nexus towers, and JDG are gonna secure their 2nd tower of the entire game. And oh my god, top Unfortunately, JackeyLove left out to dry, and I would love to see Kanavi and Chris sort of hugging that Corki and helping him survive these fights and these flanks that are coming through incredibly well by Alle, and Alle being that one again. Oh, hold up.
Chris goes in with the dredge line. JDG are out of their base, somewhat out of their depth. They'll just be losing his ultimate. Alla, very thankful for the pink word hop. 2, as the Baron is started up, and JDG are here. How can they section TS off? Will we see the sync fight kindly come across? His Cream does commit the ult just onto Alla. Gets stunned up. The Mikhail saves it for now, but the crit shot nearly finds the kill. Kanavi does pick up the big-time Baron as Shun is running a wild in the pit. Cream very low. Kanavi as well. Pace flashing after both of them. Finds the kill onto Kanavi. JackeyLove is untouched and throws 369, and 369 wants to call game. The GA comes out for Pace. He pops back up. The sleep throws out the stasis. It's pandemonium on the map, but Pace is gonna crit shot 369 to the face. The big bad solo lanes are down, and JackeyLove and Chris have to run for the wayside. TS get buried, but it still doesn't save them.
JDG have the chance to do the funniest the series. JackeyLove still alive. There is still wave clear on the side of top esports, and JDG have committed most of their summoner spells and their ultimates. So it's gonna be just this particular inhibitor. There's no way they're looking to end it. They're just gonna back off right now. They need to set up for this Elder Dragon coming up for themselves. But Pays with the Mosquito build, you laughed at it. That Runance is doing absolute God's work on the Rift for JDG. And I feel like the range that JDG has is just so difficult for top esports to deal with. Their melee champions just cannot connect.
But this is what's scaring me. They didn't have time to reset. Kanavi's back on the map. JackeyLove and Chris are trying to interrupt this Elder play. Do JDG throw this all the way at Elder? Kanavi, can he get in for the steal? Is he going to go in? He gets it! Kanavi steals the Elder and saves top esports, but he's not done. He's on the hunt. He knows CS have the big bag Elder, and he wants to end the game right goddamn now. Alla's the first one to fall. The dominoes falling in a row for TES. It's the leader, the captain for top esports, the former JDG 5-year veteran that might have just stopped their miracle comeback.
Top esports with the miraculous steal from Kanavi are looking to finally figure out a way to end this damn game. They went from an 11k gold lead down to nothing, down to everything again. This Elder Dragon should signify game end for them.
They don't have any waves. Like bot, mid lane and top lane are not coming in for years. It's got to be the bot wave, but you called it. They have Elder on 4 members. They're bringing Cream up as well. Baron's still available for JackeyLove. This has to be it. TS finally are going to be able to get over the hump. The Nexus turrets are getting burned with ease. Can Pace and Scout do it? They're losing HP rapidly. The sleep from Shun, it won't save them. 369 gets one. Scout goes into the stasis, but it won't save them. Kanavi just rescued this series for top esports, and we're going to game 3. So you've got some pretty good range on the side of JDG, but an aggressive bottom lane and jungler for Kanavi and JackeyLove. The two guys you want to put on the...
Very clever invade towards the top side. Shun, if he does put Kanavi right here, which he will right now, he could have the chance to play for that bot quadrant of Kanavi's jungle instead.
Oh, flashes galore, but it's who else but Kanavi.
When he smites that void grab, he should tick over to that level 5 as Scream spots Shun around that mid lane.
Both mid laners grab
Hold
level
up.
6 ultimates themselves. Top lane brawl being thrown down. 369 really has to respect this Mega Gnar, but is holding on to the public execution. Kanavi's going to come off the grubs to come towards the top side, but bot lane, it's just explosions coming off this electrocute Lucian. We flash back top side, and Alla is down. Kanavi gets there first, and Cream used the Realm Warp to give the man advantage over to top esports as they're winning all the kills. Early on, watches and goes, where is my red buff? And he's going to fight in the brush with Kanavi. He does not want to get into a smite fight. Does use the Crescent Guard to knock Shun out of his Ixtal's impact, but he still has the Impale, so Kanavi knows only one thing. He has to try and turn his way and fight, but he eats 2 ultimates to the face, gets the knockup, actually flashes to safety. His 369's public execution does grab Pace, who's on the rotate. Scout Severing Bolt does snipe out Kanavi, but that was a gift wrapped AD.
To then allow 369 to chain that CC onto Scout. Has to flash away, and I think he gets Skyped? There's no more Skype. Sniped right here by Scout. As Pays trades 1v1, I guess. Oh,
whoa, back live, and Scout, the Severing Bolt hero of that last play, is completely caught. That's a 4-0 Mbessa. That's not how you'd say it. Shout out King for an ultimate. I think that's a discussion for another time.
I've heard Respite as well, but yeah.
Respite, yeah. That's the EU versus NA joke. We had to get one in there. Is 369 is given the hands to good old-fashioned Alla, who is bailed out by Mega Gnar. There was a lot of craziness going on this bot side, but it settled down. The Dragon is going to go over to TES at the end of the day.
Look at the inventory. Again, I would hold my thought because a lot of the way that top esports has drafted in this particular game was very similar to the previous one. They do have, oh, hold up, Cream.
Good flash, gets out of the Impale range, but guess who silences the gap, breaks down the advantage for Cream. It's a Shun flash and Scout grabbing a second kill as the range advantage of JD. How many times have we seen this before? Sweet Alla, the victim of so many TS dives, but Shun is there to cover, and Hayes and Missing are not far behind. So instead of Alla falling, it will be the first turret falling, and feats of strength picked up for TES as the boot upgrades come online.
Huge right here from Top Esports. Very great rotation. Pushing through that mid lane, dipping through the jungle, which made it really difficult for FaZe and Missing to make their way around that bot lane.
Oh,
Scout?
no. Scout grabbed. Public execution, definite dysfunction. Does TES. Oh, my. Jackie Love nearly burning FaZe there from distance. The other side of that coin is how much dysfunction does Top Esports cause in those ults that you're looking to line up? Because the Realm Warps are on point right now. Cream has been all over the map. Kanavi knocking down that poor...
does not need any help right now. He can literally 1v2 if he so wishes to on a side lane. Allah has been put so far. There you go. Ambessa Gaming.
Woo! If I hit ult, you're dead. If I don't, then nothing happens. That's Ambessa Gaming in these side lanes. But we'll see how 369 does with a whole host of people flying after him. Good flash away from the pop boss. Uses the perfect execution to dash back towards Missing. 369 completely outplaying JDG. Question is, where does the rest of the team come in? There's another kind of whiffed ult. Prowling Despair finds nobody's mark. Pays, though, does have the speed up to try and create some distance. Konami does not get the slow. With the wind becomes lightning. But the Wolves are surrounding. They see their kill right under the turret, and Shun may be the first to fall, but the X-Stall's impact catches 369. They hit the Chains of Corruption right in tow. Pays and Shun saving JDG once more. We thought they were getting surrounded, but the baddest Wolf is the one backed into a corner as Alla nearly finds Jackie Love, having him burn both summoners to survive. Credit Alla for the mystical play, but it does not get the kill onto Jackie Love. Something back for team.
From killing it, and that's about it. Now they're looking to hit towards a side lane. They're going towards Cream. He has Flash.
Flash, Realm Warp, all available. Does eat the Sprouling Despair. Here in comes Shun. Doesn't get the X-Stall's impact. Flash out from Cream. He's going to try and use the Realm Warp to get out, and just on the edge, able to survive the gank. And the rest of TS have come roaring back in to try and turn this play. With 369 going way too far on his own, diving under the turret, solo bolo style, gifts another Empis a kill over.
What? How did 369 end up under tower when Skarner has no ult? Gnar has no ult? Like, what in the world is happening right now? From Scout again, pairing up with Shun, trying to get Cream right here, missing Rocket Belts in the flash, out of the Realm Warp, straight back into Dol, and of course he TP's straight
Man. This is some of the worries that I have with 369. Is this just the only place we know how to fight his top lane under this turret? Kanavi's turn to dive under for a kill. Is able to find the Gnar, but JDG are fine giving up their weakest member. Shun trying to kite back. We got a body block for the Culling, and Missing is up to the task, but Trouble, am I crazy? Are we not allowed to fight anywhere else? It's a Hex Deck Soul too, just one of the most potent ones for a team to grab. And with their lane pressure, as you aptly pointed out, Trouble, they will arrive at Soul Point at 22 minutes and create a huge win con that JDG have to respond to. But Trouble, I'm scratching my head a little bit at, okay, I might have to ask you a second because I think Jackie Love's gonna pop this bottom lane. Tidal Wave not gonna land, the Culling does, Missing gonna be fine. Get to safety, Shun though on the flank. Here comes a TP flank from JDG. Chris bursts, flash and heal to create some space, but the Impale will land. They're putting Sushi on the menu here. Crisp is gonna drop. Here comes Cream though on the response teleport. Where can he find an angle in? Shun's playing body block. 369 off to the other side of the flank. Can he get the public execution close enough? No, because Missing flashes to safety. Public execution whiffs the Chains of Corruption, keeping JDG safe. We're going topsy-turvy, turning, chasing each other. It's like we're playing tag out here in the mid lane as now JDG is on the offensive. Alla stacking up the Mega Gnar, flashes forward, throws Cream to the wall, Severing Bolt over top. Alla finally gets some impact play and gives JDG the fight win.
Top Esports just can't make an engaged stick. There's too much range from JDG. And they're too slippery in those fights. So once they're too far in, they're gone.
I thought they were going to stay in the Death Rush.
Oh
my god, 369! I don't think we're done. Alla's safe though. Shun protecting him, and that's flash out of 369 again. Another whiffed play from the Ambessa.
Are you not entertained? This might not be. I'm getting very worried because again, Top Esports do not have the engage that they wish they did. However, right here they've got picking potential. To Cream is just about to run into Ale, and 369 took the wrong blast cone.
Yep, and it might let Alla survive. Public execution though over top. This time hits for 369, and when it hits hard. On the other side, TS are looking to push through Jackie Love, missing his turned and burned. Scout with his file in despair though, will turn out onto Kanavi, who flashes and does die. So one back as Scout continues to find pretty critical kills, but finally 369's unleashed with a kill back on the
sneak inside their own quarters of the jungle. Top Esports will sneak that red buff away. And let's see if JDG have one more shot in them to try and stop that Soul from going over to Top Esports, because this could really signify game over for JDG.
All the odds against them. The JDG know that position very well, nearly eclipsing an 11K gold lead deficit in game number 2. Where the Dragon is slowly burning, and JDG seem way more preoccupied with trying to chase off Cream and Crisp. They need to go in for this Hextech Drake, but they just give it up, and now they've got to turn and run for the hills, but 369 will not let them. Missing Pop before the Pop Blossom come across the Tidal Wave, hits onto 3 from Crisp, and Jackie Love can step up and start taking kills, not names. This is the fight TS need. This is how dominating they can be. This is why Top Esports are your LPL defending champions. A clean ace to seal the series.
Top Esports will claim the Soul and then use it to chase down JDG inside their own jungle. JDG got lost in the source. They didn't know if they wanted to push for kills, get in for the Dragon, take the 50-50, potentially team fight, and they did none of the above, as 369 is gonna take that bot lane inhibitor tower as the rest of Top Esports are dispatching of Baron, sorry.
And that is the deadly combo though coming across. Purple Banner on to 5. Hextech Soul on to 5.
I can only Kanavi ended up in this Skarner ult, which meant that Top Esports could actually chase them down. As you'll see the happiness in the coaching staff as well. And hold on.
Whoa. Could this be the final fight right here? Top Esports on the brink of breaking open this series. And who is it again to start at 369 with the public execution? They're diving under the tier 2 turret, sending 369 to hunt down the pack, chop down on all the gazelles. This is what makes TES the premier team in the LPL. Send JDG out of those top 2 conversations. TES are going to cement themselves 8-1 at the very top of Group SN.
You know what they say, a win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter if you win a series 2-0 or 2-1. The fact that you won it speaks miles, and right here Top Esports, they're stepping up to take JDG down.
El Clasico finished. Your victors once more, Top Esports, but also Kanavi and 369.